Welcome to Sheet Talk, where no topic is off limits. This is the space where we talk about manifestation, money, sex, healing, energy, and what it actually takes to become your most aligned self. We're having the conversations people usually avoid: desire and boundaries, pleasure and power, trauma and truth, and spirituality with real life. This is the law of attraction without bypassing. Growth without shame, and healing without pretending it's always pretty. You don't have to choose between success and softness, pleasure and purpose, or healing and enjoying your life. If you're ready to stop dimming, stop apologizing, and start living in alignment with what you actually want, then you are in the right place. Let's talk some she tea. Welcome back to Sheet Talk with Connie. We are in season 4. How wild is that? And this season we are bringing video to it, so you're welcome. So this is where we are able to talk about shit that nobody else is saying. This is important. We're talking about manifestation, money, sex, healing, power, and everything that is in between. And if you're new here, welcome. And just know that I don't sugarcoat, I don't gatekeep, and I definitely don't play small. This is your permission slip to wake the hell up. Sometimes we need that. And this is where you get to tap into your own power. And I definitely don't play small. So, just to repeat that. And this is where you get to become the woman that you know that you're meant to be. So let's get into it. Let's learn. Let's grow. We are here for it. So today we are actually diving into something that people, they overcomplicate it. Excuse me. They either overcomplicate it or they just completely misunderstand the whole situation. And this is chakras, frequencies, and the universal laws. And of course, we're going to keep it sweet. We're going to keep it short and sweet. But these are huge pieces of moving into this next chapter. So this is going to be this isn't going to be that fluffy love and light only connection. This is the real shit. This is why we're feeling stuck. This is things that we're talking about that's in real life, and why things aren't flowing, and what's actually going on energetically behind the scenes. So let's start here. First off, you are not stuck. You're not broken, and you're definitely not behind. Remember that. You're just out of alignment, which is okay. It happens. It happens to us all. And I know that it might hit a nerve hearing that you're out of alignment, but just stay with me. Because everything in your life right now, your relationships, your money, your energy, your stress levels, all of that is a reflection of your internal frequency. So the frequency that you are functioning on daily. It's not your intentions. It's not your Pinterest vision board, which is great to have, but that's not solely what you're manifesting. It's based off of your frequency. So as your frequency is built, as it's built through your nervous system, your belief system, your energetic centers, your chakras, that's where it all is key. I'm going to repeat that. Your nervous system is built through your belief system, your nervous system regulation, so feeling safe, and your energetic centers, which are your chakras. Your chakras, they aren't just some spiritual buzzword. They are the energy centers that physically, spiritually, energetically keep you in alignment. They're literally your body's energetic operating system. So each one controls a different area in your life. So when things are starting to feel off, it's usually not random. It's starting out energetically before you physically are feeling it in your body. That's where it's starting. So starting with the root chakra, which is at the base of your spine, if you're feeling constantly anxious about money, if you're feeling unstable, if you're feeling like you can't relax, like you're on edge, you're ungrounded, then your root chakra is more than likely dysregulated. This is where you're not feeling safe. No amount of positive thinking is going to fix it. Your body needs to feel safety first. That is the number one rule. We have to feel safe in our body to start changing.
Have you ever felt like there's more inside of you? Like your hands are meant to heal, but you've never been shown how? This is your invitation. My Reiki Level 1 and 2 live certification is opening this September 2026. And this isn't just a class, it's an activation. You'll learn how to work with energy, regulate your nervous system, and step into your power for yourself and for others. Whether you're ready to deepen your own healing or expand your current practice, this space was created for you. Investment is $22.22 with payment plans available. Spots are limited, but if you feel the pull, trust it. Click the link in the show notes or message me the word Reiki to claim your spot today.
Moving up, so right below your belly button or into your pelvic area, this is your sacral chakra. This is where that pleasure and desire are in control there. So if you feel disconnected from your body, low libido, your sexuality isn't the same, your creativity is off, this is your sacral chakra. And let me just say this, women who are cut off from their pleasure, they are usually overgiving. They are usually burned out and they are resentful as hell. I've been there. So this is a huge one because it's such a taboo topic with sex and everything else. And that's a whole nother spill there. So just know that one, the root and the sacral are very common to be blocked. Then moving up into your solar plexus chakra, which is above your belly button. So right in the middle, right here around your stomach. So if you're really second guessing yourself all the time, if you catch yourself people pleasing, or you're just scared to be seen, so you're watering yourself down, you're not showing your authentic self. This is your power center, and this is more than likely going to be blocked if you're experiencing this. This is where your confidence and your power come from, your identity, who you are, who you're meant to be. This is where a lot of women stay stuck because we feel out of our bodies. Our bodies maybe have changed from childbirth, just age, to where we don't feel as confident, we don't feel as empowered. This is where it's huge to have your tribe to help you with your empowerment. So moving up into the heart chakra. Of course, this is love. This is self-love, unconditional love for others, setting those healthy boundaries to help you help your cup stay filled up, stay full. So if you're overgiving, if you are attracting like emotionally unavailable people, then more than likely your heart chakra is going to be blocked. Your heart is either overactive or guarded when it's blocked. So depending on which way it's going, are you getting into the same relationships that are toxic? Are you saying yes to everything that really you don't want to do? Are you draining your cup? Are you holding on to shame, to guilt, to hurt, resentment, all of those lower frequency vibrations? And then moving up, we're going into the throat chakra. So if you're holding back your truth, if you're afraid to speak up, or if you're just constantly filtering yourself, so you're not able to speak your truth, you're not able to stand up for what's bothering you, to voice these, as well as with manifesting, like you're not able to fully say what you really want, then your throat could be blocked, your throat chakra. Moving up, we're going into the third eye, which is just right here above your eyebrows. This is you not trusting yourself. This is your intuition. So if you're constantly looking for validation, you're constantly ignoring your gut feelings, then your intuition is offline. And then lastly, moving up into the crown chakra, this is your connection to your higher self, to your guides, to your higher power, whatever that is for you. And if you feel disconnected from your purpose, your path in life, life just feels empty, like there's something missing, then that is your crown chakra. So these are all huge. This is the 101 basics on the chakra system, the power centers of your body. And then going into the frequency, because they all correlate together. This is where people get it twisted. You don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are available for. So if you're operating on a low frequency vibration, you are negative Nancy, self-doubt, like you're just not feeling great, you're carrying in these lower frequencies, these lower vibrations. So, like I said, you manifest what you're actually available for, not what you want. So your availability is based on your frequency. So you can journal all day, you can say the affirmations, you can listen to the podcast, but if your body is in survival mode and you don't feel safe, you're going to keep attracting survival mode experiences. So these negative experiences, these anxious, stress, all of that, you're attracting more of that because you're in that state, that frequency. Your nervous system will always override your mindset because it's keeping you safe, keeping you alive.
Let's be honest. If pushing harder actually worked, you wouldn't be listening to this right now. Burnout isn't a mindset problem, it's a nervous system one. I'm Connie Walton, RN and somatic manifestation coach, and coaching with Connie is where high-achieving women like you stop forcing and start regulating. Because when your body feels safe, everything else falls into alignment. Are you ready to claim your energy? Visit ConnieWalton.com today.
So with the universal laws, throwing these in, I know we're going to go over our 10-minute time, but these are so important. These are the ground, the foundation to stepping out and becoming this new version of yourself, manifesting the things that you are wanting. So everyone talks about the law of attraction, but there is multiple laws at play here all the time. So we're going to break it down simply, super quick. We can go through each of these in another podcast episode individually to really pinpoint it, but these are going to be the brief overviews. So law of attraction, you attract what you are, not what you want. So it's kind of along with manifestation. You're attracting what you are currently, not what you're wanting to become. Holding on to that, you're keeping it stagnant, and so it's not flowing. There's the law of polarity. There are always two sides. There's growth and discomfort, there's expansion and fear. You don't get one without the other, so they're always coexisting together. It's the polarity, the light and dark, the good and bad, always the polar opposites, feminine and masculine. So next, I'm just gonna tell you about my own personal experiences with these. So I remember when I was transitioning out of nursing, when I was making that leap, going from nursing full-time to becoming a massage therapist and opening up my own business. I had the vision, I had the desire, and I knew I was meant for more. But my body, well, it was in straight survival mode because I had been in that atmosphere of stress, anxiety for so long in nursing. And that was my normal. I was burned out, I was overworked, and I was stressed the hell out. But I didn't know anything different. That was my normal. And so no matter how much I tried to manifest a different life, it just didn't happen until I made the choice I kept recreating the same patterns of, switching job areas, thinking maybe it was just the department. I wasn't learning my lesson that it was time to move on. And so because my root chakra wasn't, first off, I didn't even know anything about chakras, manifestation, universal laws. I didn't know any of that back then. I was only into the science and into the medical. Like, I was not into what people consider the woo-woo. And so because my root chakra wasn't stable, my nervous system wasn't regulated, I didn't feel safe. But once I started the real work, I did the shadow work, I did the breath work, body work, energy work, I jumped deep. Changes because you are attracting what you are frequency wise. So I want you to sit with this. Where in life do I feel the most stuck? I want you to really think about that, journal it. And then what part of me doesn't feel safe? So where in my life do I feel the most stuck, and what part of me doesn't feel safe there? I want you to think about it. I want you to feel into it, and I want you to journal this. If you need to pause, if you need to save this to replay it. And if this episode, if it hit for you because you were ready on your journey. If you're like, I'm tired of not understanding. I'm ready to actually shift. I'm ready to step into this new level. That's what I do inside my coaching. We don't just talk about it. We work through your nervous system, through your energy, through your patterns to get them regulated, to figure out the awareness behind what's causing these patterns so you can actually become the version of you that you want, that you know you're meant to be. You can apply to work with me one-to-one through my coaching with Connie on my website. The link is going to be in the show notes. And if this episode, if it gave you even just one holy shit moment or one aha moment, then I want you to share this with someone who needs to hear this. Because chances are, if you needed it, they do too. Don't forget to follow this podcast, Sheet Talk with Connie, so it can grow and other people can see this also, because you don't want to miss what's coming next. There's so much happening this season. We are diving deeper into universal laws and into the energetics and just into the real shit that nobody talks about. So we're going deeper. So just remember that you are not behind, you're not broken, and you're not too late. You're just one aligned decision away from everything changing. And I will see you in the next episode. Mwah.
Before you go, remember, this isn't about fixing yourself. It's about remembering who you are underneath the conditioning. You're allowed to want more. More money, more pleasure, more peace, more truth without the guilt. Take what resonated today and let it integrate, not just in your mind, but in your body. And if you're ready to go deeper through coaching, retreats, breath work, or embodiment work, you can find that support at conniewalton.com. This podcast isn't here to give you all the answers. It's here to remind you that you already carry them. And until next time, choose alignment, choose honesty, and choose a life that actually feels good. I'll see you on the next episode of Sheet Talk.